Well, now to a highly anticipated verdict in a California cold case murder. 26 years after college student Kristin Smart vanished, a former classmate has been found guilty of killing her. Sloan Glass has the very latest in this case, Sloan. This is one the entire country has been watching.
We've all had our eyes on it, Kelly, and the case received renewed attention after a podcast helped law enforcement find new witnesses. But the public has been looking for answers since Kristin Smart went missing in 1996, and detectives were criticized for waiting so long to get involved in her disappearance.
Paul Flores has been found guilty of first-degree murder, while his father, Reuben Flores, was found not guilty for the charge of accessory after the fact. Paul Flores was a former classmate of Smart. The teen went missing after walking home from a party at California Polytechnic State University. Paul Flores was the last person known to be seen with fellow freshman Kristin Smart 26 years ago. After walking her home from a party, Flores allegedly raped and killed the 19-year-old student, and his father, Reuben Flores, was accused of disposing her body. Smart's body was never found, but interest in the case was renewed years later when Kristen Lambert's true crime podcast, Your Own Backyard, inspired witnesses to come forward.
In 2019, we interviewed several witnesses that had not been previously interviewed. Some of that information came to light through the podcast.
Prosecutors revealed that Reuben Flores has been seen taking down missing posters featuring Kristin Smart and was heard making disparaging remarks about her.
We certainly believe that Mr. Flores' dorm room was the crime scene.
Flores' sentencing will take place in December. He faces 25 years to life in prison. The sheriff saying yesterday that this case will not be over until they bring her body back.
Yeah, closure everybody's looking for. All right, Sloan, thank you. Well, Elizabeth Vargas is a NewsNation contributor and host of the syndicated true crime series iCrime. She's here now. Hi, Elizabeth. Thank you for joining us live this morning. So Kristin Smart, she disappeared in 1996. She was legally declared dead in 2002. But now 20 years later, Paul Flores has been found guilty of her murder. What was your reaction to this verdict?
You know, Kelly, it's incredibly unusual for a conviction to happen in a case like this where you don't have a body, where you don't even have forensic evidence. There's no blood, there's no DNA. Prosecutors in homicide cases will tell you it's very, very difficult to get a conviction without a body. And in this case, they did that without a body, without witnesses, without any forensic evidence. And it's largely as a result of this podcast that your reporter just mentioned in her piece there, and that the sheriff talked about it in his news conference, that this podcast really helped take another look and caused witnesses to come forward to begin to talk about, you know, Paul Flores' behavior that night and in the weeks and months leading up to that night, and why it cast him in a lot of suspicion. It's worth saying, Kelly, from the very start of this case, Paul Flores was always the only suspect that police ever had.
So Paul Flores, and you mentioned this, Elizabeth, was convicted of murder, but his 81-year-old father was found not guilty of covering it up. Their cases were heard simultaneously. Can you give us insight as to why there were different juries?
Well, there are two different juries because there's two different defendants and two different charges in this case. The father in this case, Reuben Flores, was accused of helping hide the body, helping conceal the body. There is speculation from the sheriff's department and at trial that the body was buried initially in one place right after the murder and then moved several years later. Neighbors testify seeing strange activity going on in the backyard. The evidence that the prosecutors did bring to trial was that cadaver dogs, for example, had alerted in Paul Flores' dorm room. The defense called that junk science. There were also people, they did soil samples in the backyard of Reuben Flores' house, which they say turned up signs that a body had been there. But obviously the jury did not think that there was enough to convict Reuben Flores. It's hard, again, to do this without any body or any real true forensic evidence. However, the jury did buy the fact that Paul Flores was the killer in this case. And there's a lot to, you know, that night of this Memorial Day weekend party at this frat house, Kristin Smart showed up. Her friends say they saw her have just one drink and suddenly she's passed out on the lawn. There's a lot that looks like maybe she had been drugged. Paul Flores later on, years later, according to two women, drugged and raped them. He then volunteered to walk her home because she could barely walk, and then said he left her within sight of the dorm. That doesn't make sense. If you're going to help her get home, why would you stop within sight of the dorm? So there's a lot that didn't make sense. We also know that his roommate was gone for 4 days. He knew that, and that's why he might have brought her back. And again, that whole key thing that cadaver dogs alerted inside Paul Flores' dorm room that there had been a dead body there.
So many lingering questions. So we have about 20 seconds, but I'd love to get to this question, Elizabeth. Paul Flores, he's scheduled to be sentenced in December. What can we expect?
He's facing up to life in prison behind bars. And based on the seriousness of this charge, I would expect he gets it. I mean, he's been out for more than 25 years after the death of this young woman. He's now been found guilty of killing her. He's had 25 years to live his life. 25 years Kristin Smart did not get. So I would expect him personally to get life in prison, but we'll see what the jury comes back with, what the judge comes back with in December.
We'll be watching. Elizabeth Vargas, thank you.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.